21 next on the busy news day. I'm Joel D. Smith. Let's get our reporters in on this one. Cody Balmer, the accused arsonist, is now a convicted arsonist as he pled guilty today. And we have some new video of what happened inside the governor's residence a few months ago, as you see him walking in here and setting fire to an area. He'd already started a Molotov cocktail by now, and then is trying to bust into other places. And one of the big charges we heard about today, pleading guilty to attempted murder of the governor. TJ Anthony, let's bring you in here on this first. We'll talk to Maxine Rose about political violence in just a minute. But what stuck out to you the most today as we're listening to what happened in court and some reaction?
Really just to hear that the suspect pled guilty to this. That was one thing that was pretty surprising to see. And we also got a chance to hear from Governor Josh Shapiro about everything. And one thing I've been doing is digging into the security concerns that have sparked across the Commonwealth since this has happened. And you're taking a look at video of that suspect right there. So I was able to find out that over $7 million in tax dollars are being spent to restore the governor's residence. Now, it is unclear, though, what portion of that will be allocated to security concerns, or if any of that will be allocated to security concerns. But the governor did confirm that there have been security changes since this night.
Well, and the other thing that we really need to get answered eventually is talking about the security lapse. This video shows how clearly they captured video of him doing these things, but why did it take so long to react to what was happening? He, starts the fire there on the outside with the Molotov cocktail, then busts the window, goes inside, is inside for a while before he eventually leaves and wasn't stopped throughout any of this. So that's some of the questioning there. Where does that part of the investigation stand from what you've heard so far?
I mean, we do know that that an outside company did conduct an investigation into what exactly took place that night. They spent a lot of time interviewing several people about it, including different teams too, about what exactly happened that night. They did come to a conclusion, and they did say, based on their findings, there have been some changes that they're making moving forward. So we do know that they are taking this, of course, very seriously, and they have done things to see where things could improve. However, they did tell us that they are not releasing those findings because they said for obvious reasons, which, we can assume for safety concerns.
Yeah, we do know the most obvious change is the wall on the outside. They're still putting the finishing touches on that as well. But this was just eye-opening video to see just how clear it was that someone was attacking that area. You see here's the governor talking about it. Let's bring Maxine Rose in here for a moment. He was talking about political violence, how he was a victim of that. We've seen political violence really rise across the country from both sides of the aisle as being the victims of this over time. What's some of the reporting you're working on today, Maxine?
So today I'm working on, highlighting those moments of political violence. We've told you all before, we all know about President Donald Trump's situations, the one in Pennsylvania where he was hit in the ear in Butler County, in total surviving 2 assassination attempts, of course, the other one being at his Florida golf club, where police say the suspect had a rifle in the bushes. But on top of that, today we are actually on our way to Boiling Springs, where a vigil will be held for the most recent incident of political violence, where Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. So this is a vigil for Charlie Kirk. These are students with Shippensburg University, hoping to kind of share his memory. And today we'll talk a little bit about, this coming on this day with Cody Balmer, and, talking about political violence and why it's so important to, to really talk about it.
Well, it was scheduled ahead of time, to be clear. Charlie Kirk, I believe it's a walk around the lake, was scheduled ahead of time before this information today with Cody Balmer coming in there.
But we will talk to them today, about obviously the significance of today being, this day. And then also tomorrow, I believe, marks 5 weeks since Charlie Kirk's shooting.
Right. Is TJ still with us? Let's bring him back in here. Last thing from you, TJ. what's the next question that you want to hear answered when it comes to this? We find, it's a conclusion when it comes to Cody Balmer pleading guilty. He's going to get 25 to 50 years in prison for this. But it seems we still have some questions out there about what happened and what's going to happen next. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean, right now, the biggest question I want to know, especially on the minds of so many people, is what exactly happened that night that allowed someone to get past all of that security protocol. They have people surrounding, they have PSP there, they have security cameras. How was someone able to get inside, get on the property, and bypass all of that, and then leave and not be arrested until hours later?
And there was a lot of people there. That was a Passover, ceremony that was happening there. So they had extra, members of the family that were staying there that night. And thank goodness he didn't get through that door, because as he was just convicted of, his intent was to kill the governor. That's what he pleaded guilty to. So, yeah, we have some conclusion, but it's not all done today. But that's why we're looking at all this stuff. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Good work on all this. Some more evidence we're looking at here right now from the arson that night. It's the hammer that was used to get inside the window and then into the governor's residence. Some more video you see here of some of maybe the costume he was wearing at the time, or some of the things he was wearing to disguise some of what he did. Remember, he called police after that, which was kind of a confession then, saying that he was upset with the governor and kind of making threats. So this was an easy suspect to find when he called in, but not an easy suspect to get when he actually committed those acts. We'll have much more on this coming your way at CBS 21 News at 5 and 6. But for now, I wanted to give you the very latest on this guilty plea, pleading guilty to an assassination attempt of PA Governor Josh Shapiro, Cody Balmer, in prison for 25 to 50 years.